What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we've got some One Piece stuff we need to be having a little bit of a chat about. So let's have a chat about some One Piece stuff, shall we? Including, and we might as well start here, this seems like a very good place to start, we got ourselves a new Zoro promo. Now, this is being given out over in certain Asian territories. This is being given out at a meetup event. It's the Asia Special Prize for June, is the way it's actually being phrased. I believe that's not actually the case over in Japan. I believe in Japan it's going to be given out in another way. I want to say that it is being given out as a magazine promo. I am not 100% sure on this one, but I think it's going to be a magazine promo in Japan. It's certainly going to be a tournament promo over in certain Asian territories like Singapore. So we can have a look at it and chat about this rather lovely Zoro. And it's incredibly cool because it's Zoro as an adult with Koshiro and Kuina kind of in the background, which was, of course, his sword teacher and his sword rival from when he was a kid, and having kind of Zoro looking all vaguely ethereal in the front with his past in the back, a little bit more faded and more. It's really, really well done. It's kind of like current Zoro looking back or celebrating or whatever his past. I actually think this is a really beautifully done piece of artwork, and I am absolutely loving it. Is it any good? Well, we've got 4 cost, 4,000 power, counter plus 2,000. Good start. And on play, KO one of your opponent's rested characters with a cost of 2 or less. Translation, as always, by me. I literally started learning Japanese so I could translate Pokemon cards. And then obviously One Piece came out, so I learned how to translate One Piece cards. And I think this is a good thing. Honestly, that's one of my main drivers to initially learn Japanese, was because I kind of wanted to learn about translating cards. And I did! So yay. Is this any good? I mean, it's clearly being released at the same time, roughly, as OP-12. And of course, one of the leaders in OP-12 is Roux Zoro. So you add that all up together and we see where we're going. It's a slash character, and of course there are a bunch of slash effects that are helping out Zoro in OP-12, so that's a good thing. And it's a counter plus 2k. KO and arrested 2 cost. It's fine. It's not the main reason I think we're probably going to play the deck. Green has got some reduction we can use here, but it's not exactly Green's main thing we're going for, so yeah, it's alright. It's fine. The most important thing here is it's just a slash character that's got 2k. Our Straw Hat Pirate, by the way, is where we're going. And yeah, it's fine. It's alright. Bit of weak removal, counter plus 2k, fits into a Zoro deck, and it is a Straw Hat Pirate. So if you ever wanted to play any more green Straw Hat Pirates, I'm not sure you'd necessarily want to put it in the EBO2 Luffy deck, but it is a green Straw Hat Pirate, so if you want to put it in the EBO2 Luffy deck, you totally can put it in the EBO2 Luffy deck. If nothing else, it's a searchable 2k with a little bit of removal, so there's at least an argument. Put it that way. Because obviously it's like searchable with the Nami from EBO2, which searches your green Straw Hat Pirates. So yay! There we go. Another piece of news which has come out over the past couple of days is that our treasure rare for OP-11 has gone and been revealed, and it's Lucky Roux. It's a cool card. Originated from CafeCom One Piece over on Instagram. That is where the image apparently came from. Shout out to Outrammer ID as well for sharing it. That's how I saw it. And it's just a cool version of Lucky Roux. It's just a cool card of Lucky Roux doing Lucky Roux things, by which I mean eating a large piece of meat. And it is, of course, the one from OP-09 that's got blocker. And on KO, if your leader is Red-Haired Pyrus, then you KO a base power 6k or less character. We all know right now that Shanks is like the best deck in the... well, at least pre-EBO2. Shanks is the best deck in the meta. And Lucky Roux is just like an absolute staple in that deck. And there was no alternate art Lucky Roux in OB-09. So you add that up and you're like, well, hang on a second. we've got a staple card in one of the best decks in the format that never got a fancy alternate art before in the set, and now it is getting an alternate art here as a treasure rare. Yeah. This is exactly what I want treasure rares to be. Like, genuinely, this is exactly what I want treasure rares to be, which is to say, reprints of very playable cards that didn't get an alternate art in the set. And that is exactly what this is, and I think you add that all up together and you're like, you know what? Yes, this is cool. We like this. Go team! Of course, do remember the deal here, and the deal, of course, as it always is that treasure rares are different for various territories. So the French treasure rare is going to be different. The Chinese treasure rare is going to be different. So please do bear that in mind. This is the English treasure rare, but it is only the English treasure rare. Like in OP-09, for instance, France got the Sanji, and China got the Bartolomeo, and we got Luffy. That's the way these treasure rares work. They are limited to, well, it seems by language, essentially. So obviously the French players are playing in tournaments with the other European territories, but they have these French version cards, and then, in their French set, the only thing that ends up being different is the fact that they end up with a different treasure rare to what we do. And I kind of like that, honestly. I think that's a really nice touch. Although, actually, I lied to you. Our OP-09 treasure rare was the Zoro. Our OP-08 treasure rare was the Monkey D. Luffy. Since they're all from different sets, it gets very confusing. The OP-08 treasure rare is the OP-07 Luffy. Okay, glad we got that cleared up. The point I'm making is we get different treasure rares depending on where we are, and I kind of love this. I think this is a very nice way to go about it. And I do think this Lucky Roux is one of the best ones we've had, so yay, this is cool. Now, something we didn't get to last week, so let me just finish off nice and quickly now. There are a bunch of official sleeves that have gone and been officially revealed. So, official sleeves 10 have gone and been confirmed. They are coming out on June the 6th. And they are $8 per pack. And we got 4 sets here. I am quite a fan of the Shanks personally. But then again, there's something about those devil fruits. Just having the 4 different devil fruits, taking up the 4 quadrants of it. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. I think there's something there which could be kind of cool. Although obviously anytime you get Ace and Luffy on the same sleeves, that's going to make people pretty gosh darn happy. As well as that, we also saw the reveal of the TCG Plus store exclusive cards, also coming on June the 6th, also for $8. And here we've got the Blackbeard sleeves, which, look, if you're playing a Blackbeard deck, I can absolutely understand why you would want to play these sleeves. But we've also got the Straw Hats on there. Frankie, Luffy, Usopp, and we've got Chopper. Nico Robin taking way more of the art than I think she maybe should be. And Nami coming down there. So, it's cool. I kind of like this. These make me happy. These are cool sleeves. Honestly, the Straw Hat sleeves are ones I am very much a fan of. So they're ones I might be having to go and pick up. And then we got the official shop's exclusive limited edition volume 3 sleeves, also coming out on June the 6th, but these are $9 each, and they are only carried by official stores. That is very, very important. So you need to get down to official One Piece TCG stores to pick these up. You can be upset about that if you like, and that's absolutely fine. That is your prerogative. However, it's not actually going to change anything because, that's what's happening. That's the decision. That's where we are. So, again, it's one of those things where we're going to get, there's 3 different types of sleeves all coming out on the same day, all being made available in different places, and we can either carry on with it or just moan and not pick them up. But we've got ones featuring Mr. One, Daz, Bones, and Crocodile. We've got the, Big Mum Pirates, very stylistically, which are kind of cool. We got ones featuring Rebecca with giant sunflowers, which I've got to say I kind of love. And then Rob Lucci. And who doesn't love a bit of Rob Lucci? So we got all 3 of them. They're all coming on June the 6th. So now you've been told about them. There's actually 10 sets of sleeves in total, and we get a lot of official One Piece sleeves, so maybe you got ones you already like, maybe you like some of these, I don't know, now you've been told. But having Lucky Roux as a treasure rare, I think, is a wonderful thing, and genuinely I am in love with this Zoro promo. How well it's going to fit into a Zoro deck, really focusing on that whole slash thing, I don't know. Whether it can find its way into green Straw Hat decks because of that, fairly weak, but still their removal and counter plus 2k, I'm not sure. But if nothing else, the artwork and just the theming here is absolutely top tier. But I told you about all this now. So now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about all of this in the comment section. Get us! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.